You would be wrong to miss this movie, trust me. All eyes are on XRP Ripple coin right now, but a lot of buyers still don't see the whole picture. Top secret information has been leaked, and the Ripple vs SEC hearing could end soon, which would be the best sign ever for the bull market. The hearing was only put on hold, it wasn't over yet. Now the moment of truth is coming up. They even say that the price of XRP could reach $15,000. Well, that's pretty cool, right? Let's jump right in. Nota bene. The XRP community is full of guesses, and recent events make it look like Ripple's token could be about to go through a big change. The SEC's recent move to put off making a decision on a possible XRP spot ETF is at the center of the debate. There are delays from government departments all the time, but this one seems different. Jack the Rippler says that the SEC is delaying its decision on ETFs until after the Federal Reserve announces interest rates in June. There are reports that the SEC's reason for the delay might not be about doing their research, but about getting things done on time. In particular, a time frame that makes it more likely that the long-running Ripple case will be settled with XRP. At first, the idea seems crazy, but it's getting a lot of attention. John Squire, a well-known figure, said that the SEC might be planning to accept XRP coins as part of a deal to settle with Ripple. If this is true, it would not only show that the SEC has changed its mind about XRP, but it would also start a new era in crypto law. It also gives us a smart idea. If the SEC really wants to buy a lot of XRP for settlement, allowing a spot ETF now would increase demand, which would make the price of XRP go through the roof, making the settlement more expensive. So, the ETF delay could be seen as an intentional move to stop short-term price jumps until their legal plan is set in stone. It's important to understand the ETF problem here. ETFs are a type of investment vehicle that lets people gain exposure to an object without actually owning it. With a futures ETF, buyers are only betting on how the price of XRP will change. No real XRP is exchanged. For a spot ETF, on the other hand, the fund has to buy real XRP on the open market, which really drives up the price. That's why it's so important when the ETF is approved. If ETFs caused XRP to rise too quickly, it could get in the way of the SEC's bigger plans, especially if they want to settle an XRP at a lower cost. The SEC's ruling on Franklin Templeton's XRP spot ETF has been pushed back to June 17th, according to journalist Eleanor Terrett. This fits very well with what the Federal Reserve said about interest rates, which supports the idea that the wait is planned. What a big change in the law the SEC would be making if it really does plan to accept XRP as payment. In the end, it wouldn't make much sense for the US government to settle on an asset that it still says is illegal or not listed. If XRP was accepted as payment, it would be seen as legal, which could lead to a lot of big investment. People from outside the situation aren't just guessing. Crypto Barbie recently said that the SEC has already approved ProShares XRP futures ETFs. Even though it wasn't as big of a deal as a spot ETF, that move shows that people are becoming less against XRP goods. It also has good reviews from big names in the business. Dan Tapiero, CEO of 10T Holdings, said in public that he believes XRP will be successful in the future. When experienced buyers say they believe in XRP's long-term role, it means that something is changing behind the scenes. Another very dangerous myth says that XRP might be able to help the US government handle its huge national debt. There are rumors in the crypto world that the XRP ledger could be used to tokenize bonds, which could be backed by XRP, and make debt products easier to use. The worth of XRP would go through the roof if even a small part of the US government's $34 trillion 0 cents debt was transferred to the XRP ledger. That's why some people are not afraid to say that XRP could hit $10. Something that would have seemed crazy a year ago doesn't seem so crazy now. Interesting, right? But wait. What's about to happen could make everything different. We're going to look at bold statements made by some of the best crypto analysts. They think that XRP will have a strong future based on the signs they see. You thought the ETF delay was bad? Wait until you hear what could make XRP go through the roof. Do not miss this. Crypto celebrity Steph said it straight out. Congratulations, we're about to get rich if you're still here holding XRP. The XRP community agrees with this attitude as a bullish trend grows. This trend is being fueled not only by ETF rumors and clear legal issues, but also by something even stronger: conviction. These strong beliefs are now being turned into bold price predictions. JXRP thinks that 10 XRP is on the way, but XRP Dragon is expecting much more. Each XRP will reach $10,000.00. When you first look at those numbers, they might seem crazy, but then you realize that they are part of a growing group of people that are questioning the old rules of valuation. Jack the Rippler has joined the fun by writing, XRP to $15.00. It is possible, yes. I understand, market cap this, market cap that, but don't think that. There's more to it than just market cap. This may seem very different, but it supports a strong case that is spreading in the crypto space. John Squire is also breaking down one of the most confusing ideas in crypto, value of the market. He wrote, "They say XRP can't hit $100.00 because of market cap. Bro, you're already too late if you're still trying to guess the future with Excel thinking." Squire says that market cap is just a vanity measure and not a limiting factor. The price times the circulating quantity gives you a snapshot, but it doesn't take into account how investors really act or how money really moves. It would be like saying that no one can buy a Ferrari because the average pay is low. XRP can't go to the moon because of its market cap. To put it another way, numbers don't match up with reality. His receipts are also with him. In the past, when $80 million.00 came into XRP, its market value went up by a huge $17 billion.00. That level of leverage is only possible with things that are hard to get and could be in high demand, just like what we're seeing now with XRP. But this is supported by the way the supply works. A very small amount of XRP is being sold because most of it is locked up or held for a long time. That lack of capital could make things worse when new money comes in, especially if ETFs let institutional buyers pour in a lot of money. But this isn't just about amount of money, it has to do with use. Squire tells us that XRP isn't a joke coin. It was made so that money could be sent between countries. That's a big change. You can already use XRP with banks, payment networks, and cross-border platforms. It is part of the financial system. XRP isn't just a speculation, it's also useful, thanks to its lightning-fast payment times and small fees. Analysts at Sistine Research can see signs of the rise from 2017 coming back. They wrote that the price range for XRP is $33.00 to $50.00. Goals could be as high as $77.00 to $100.00 if you're ready to measure as a cup and handle. They know it's been a long road, but they also know what's coming. Crypto is not a way to get rich quick, as 24 Hours Crypto put it. It's a way to get rich if you're not weak. Of course, we can't forget that Ripple is moving things around in the background. There are now strategic relationships, institutional adoption, and plans to grow around the world. Ripple is building the foundation to take over the banking world while everyone else is focused on other things. Soon, everyone will know about XRP. And believe me, you need to see this next bullish hint. Thus, Ripple's impact on the world's financial scene is steadily growing, and it's getting hard to ignore. G.A. Spark, a cryptocurrency commentator, recently sent out a tweet that brought attention to how Ripple is becoming more involved in conversations at major institutions.